All right, everybody, welcome back. HSC Podcast 159. We got Big Box Steve on the mic. We got Big Smooth and Fresh Wes. Coming into preseason football. Look, it's still football, right? So there's still nothing wrong with it. But did you guys watch these games tonight?
I wa
The
I watched the
Baltimore
Colts.
game.
No, I watched the Colts game.
Did you see that Anthony Richardson hurt his
Oh.
thumb?
Yeah, he got because he didn't see the blitzer and got just
Yeah.
nailed. Then they showed the picture of his pinky. It was his pinky, I think, and it was just like bent.
Is his pinky, not his
Yeah,
thumb?
but he said he could come back in.
Well,
It's
he's out.
preseason. They don't need him
They're
to.
they're saying he's out for the rest of the preseason.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just read that right before we jumped on. Richardson's not going to play the rest of the preseason.
Does that mean he's got the job?
I think he does have the job. Does anybody else have the job over him?
Well, this said out the remainder of the game. It doesn't say this unless they just said it.
Are you gonna? So here's what I'm gonna ask about both of you guys. Okay, so you got Daniel Jones, you got Riley Leonard, and you got Anthony Richardson. Who are you starting?
Nobody.
Wes always the negative guy. He's like,
Did you watch Daniel Jones play?
they're
It's
so
ridiculous.
bad. It
Like
was
he
so
cannot play
bad.
football. Maybe it's something with his eyes. He looks like a freaking serial killer. I mean, I don't know what's wrong, but he cannot freaking see the field.
I actually don't think you're wrong with that
I know he looks like a
philosophy
serial killer.
because this guy, I don't. Maybe he's Vinny Testaverde. Maybe he's colorblind.
You know, normally I'd feel bad for someone that makes millions of dollars, but since he makes millions of dollars, he played in high school, I feel bad for him. But you know what? Get paid millions of dollars, figure it out. You know?
The Colts Ravens game was the most awful game I've seen, and it. I get it; it's preseason, but you look at the statistics behind it. That was one of the most not a single touchdown pass thrown and three interceptions. So between the both teams, they didn't throw a single touchdown pass, but there was three interceptions between both teams. Cooper
Well, Lamar
Rush.
didn't play. I mean, the Ravens didn't have any starters play at all. Looks like.
Well, Anthony Richardson was the only starter, I think, on the quarterback position, and he only had what three passes the whole game.
Yeah.
Trying to screen record a clip from your favorites.
And he was 2 of 3 for 21 yards. So, you know what's
But
funny
it
is like it is preseason, right? This is not like a real game. This is a
right.
simulated game. And if I was in a simulated game, I'd be throwing the ball farther down the field because it doesn't really matter. Let's see what Daniel Jones can do. But some of those passes, they were horrific.
So bad, dude. Like you're not even getting close to the routes, right? That's the problem I have with Daniel Jones. And maybe this is why, he's where he is right now, because you're not hitting your receivers in their routes at all. If I'm running a post and you're throwing it 3, 4 yards behind me,
He threw a curl that was 13 yards and missed him by 5 yards. How hard is it to throw a curl?
it's probably the easiest
Dude,
pass in
let's have a
football.
couple more drinks, Steve, and let's go out and throw a curl.
It's
Like,
probably the easiest pass in football.
really?
So there's no doubt Anthony Richardson's the number one, right?
Well, as long as Pinky's away. You know what? You know what's weird is when he got hit hard. It looked like his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's walking off like this. I can't believe it's his pinky. Like
For me,
maybe
what
it
I
just
would think,
maybe it was a nerve that went up his arm. And like when you mess up your finger, maybe the nerve like went up.
yeah. For me, honestly, and you're gonna think I'm crazy, you start Daniel Jones at the beginning of the season, and you let Richardson sit for like 4 games and let him watch and learn like he should have been doing earlier. And plus, that offensive line was going to get him killed anyway.
But you can't sit him at this point, right? Because now we're in the next season.
Yeah. Well, he's only going to play a few games and then get hurt again.
Well, Daniel Jones is probably going to start the season now because he's not going to have enough reps, which is okay, I guess. I mean, here's the thing. Everyone's giving me flack about the Raiders. Remember, this is game one of preseason.
It's preseason.
Pump
Nobody
the
cares.
brakes a little bit.
Like, are we worried the Lions are going to be bad after they got killed by
Yeah.
the Charger? I mean, come on.
when
Right.
when freaking Trey Lance dices you up, like tell me that's not fool's gold. Like someone told me today, like, did you see Trey Lance? I go,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? Like,
He was
you actually
awesome,
know football?
dude. He killed it.
You must be because he's a Broncos fan. I go, you don't know any football, do you? Like, this is preseason.
So I have a question for you guys. So I watched a Tom Brady video. What do you think Tom Brady thinks that the worst play or the one play that he would change in his whole life would be? What do you guys think that would be? I knew it right when he said it. I was like,
You did?
as soon as the guy asked him, he's like, "What's the number one play you would change in your whole career?
The
What's the
tuck
number?
rule.
What's that?
The tuck.
No, oh no, that
Sure.
was in his favor.
Well,
What's the
tell us,
number
'cause
one play
I
Tom
don't.
Brady would change in his whole life?
Well, I
Wait,
don't.
no, but it's not Tom Brady doing it, but just a play.
A play, just a play.
Oh, David Tyree.
Yeah,
Oh,
the helmet catch, right? As soon as he said that, I was like, of course, that's the one you would change because if Tyree doesn't catch that, they they turn over on downs, they kneel it out, game over. They go 19-0. And tell me if and Wes, you're a huge Dolphins guy, right?
I was until Tua took over and they got this stupid
No, for
new
old
stupid
school
low.
Dolphins, old school
Yeah, it's fine.
Dolphins, undefeated. Would you take them over a 19-0 Patriots team at that point if that play didn't happen?
Well, no, of course, because I know the Dolphins' undefeated season was it wasn't a very tough schedule, and they barely beat the Redskins. They shouldn't have beat the Steelers. They almost lost to the Browns in the divisional playoffs.
But I don't remember. Didn't they have to play on the road in the playoffs, though?
Well, here's the thing: is the whole seeding was all screwed up back then. They're undefeated, and they had to go play at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so Patriots never had to go.
But
They had home field advantage the entire playoffs.
they dominated the whole year, though. They just dominated.
Completely. Like there was, I don't think I didn't believe
They
they would
almost
lose
lost the
that Super
Giants.
Bowl.
Remember that? Remember they went to New York
Right?
and it was a little dicey,
Yeah,
and they won.
yeah.
Yeah,
I do remember that. And then they go and lose to them in the Super Bowl.
yeah.
But even though, let's say they win that Super Bowl, are the Patriots at 19-0 the best team ever?
No, 89 Niners, man.
Oh,
89 Niners. Everybody on YouTube, go watch Super Bowl 24 Watch the whole game. It is a massacre. It makes Philadelphia and Kansas City look like a close game. Like, it's stupid.
Randy Moss, dude, Tom Brady.
Jerry Rice, Joe Montana,
Yeah.
like
No,
freaking
I see what you're saying.
defensively. I'll take Bill Romanowski over any New England Patriot player. He was a rookie. No, he was his second year. The rookie, he won the Super Bowl with the Bengals. His second year, he won the Super Bowl again. Ronnie Lott, are you kidding me?
Well, it wasn't Charles Haley there too?
Yeah, Charles Haley was. Yeah. Charles Haley. Dude, that team is
So if the Patriots had went 19-0 in that game, so
Yeah.
David Tyree doesn't catch the ball, they kneel it out, Patriots win, go 19-0. They're not the best team ever.
Well, here's the thing. That's the whole debate about the Dolphins, remember? Oh, they're the only undefeated team, but don't tell me they're the best team ever. It's ridiculous. The Bears are so much better.
Oh,
The Bears lost one game. It was the freaking Dolphins.
And the Dolphins crushed them. The Dolphins
on Monday Night Football too.
It was 38-24.
Yeah, but the Dolphins offense had its way.
It did. But you know what would have happened if the Dolphins would have played them in the Super Bowl? The Bears would have killed them. Like they killed the Patriots.
Of course, dude. The Bears would have destroyed any team. It doesn't matter. Dolphins, Patriots, whoever made it.
Because the Dolphins should have played the Bears in the Super Bowl, and they choked against the Patriots. Trust me, I know. I was crying as a kid.
So, best team ever. So, Wes, you're saying 49ers.
Oh, 89 49ers. Yeah.
89 49ers.
Yeah.
Derek, what do you think?
I agree with Wes.
Yeah.
If you think about it, if you look at, so the Bears, they had a great defense and they had Walter Payton, but that was it. McMahon, no receivers. The Patriots had a pretty good defense, but it wasn't like the best, the Brady's earlier years Patriots defenses were much better than this one. And he had Randy Moss, but that was, and he had Gronk.
Well, what if you go back further? Are there other teams that can compare?
Yeah. 1 year teams?
Yeah.
I still think you don't want to mess with the 78 Steelers.
Yeah.
That team was ridiculous.
The Steel Curtain that time, man.
Yeah. Remember when we used to watch, what was the show where the fantasy
matchup? Where they had that was such a cool show.
It was always the 78 Steelers against the Niners.
Right. Yeah, so there's a lot of teams. I think if you could argue like best team ever, I think there's a lot of arguments for older teams too, right? In the 70s. Obviously saying the Steelers.
Well,
maybe go back to the Packers, early Packers.
I hate to say it, but even the Raiders in 76, that team was ruthless.
Right.
And I don't care all this. Of course, Travis Kelce is going to be considered the greatest tight end.
No.
He's going to be. Then who's better?
Who's better than Travis Kelce? And this is an unpopular opinion, but Tony Gonzalez is better.
Stats wise. Overall, accolades, Super Bowls, playing in big moments. Stats, of course, Tony Gonzalez is better. Dude, look at Gates' stats.
Oh, Gates has crazy stats.
Stupid.
I would have said Kellen Winslow.
No.
That's another good.
But see,
he never got to the Super Bowl though.
We were all too young to not see Dave Casper. That dude was insane. He was like a receiver, but he was actually at Notre Dame. He was an offensive tackle, so he was a blocker. He was a tight end. He could catch the ball like this over his shoulder. It was stupid, but He got hurt. He got in a car accident, and it hurt his career.
Right.
It shortened his career. But that Raiders team, I mean, Raiders, and I hate to
Well,
say
let's
the
just,
Cowboys in 1977, dude, with that defense,
Randy
White.
White, dude. Oh
Have you
man.
ever seen a player like Ed Too Tall Jones? Dude, the dude was like 6'9", like sacking like Craig Morton. Like he sacked Craig Morton in Super Bowl 12, and Craig Morton disappeared.
Let's
You
just
thought,
break
like,
this down
dude,
for a second, though. Let's just say each of us will say our best tight end ever.
oh, stop. No, don't do that. You can't
Give
do
me
that.
give me your best tight end ever.
Oh, dude. Derek can go first.
Oh man.
Who's
Okay.
your
Well, I
best
hate to
tight
say
end?
it because of all the trouble he's gotten into lately, but I think it's Shannon Sharp.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Dude. What do you mean got in trouble? Come on, dude. With
Well, because
ESPN?
ESPN, it's a hard place to do your career right now,
Oh,
right?
they just sold their soul to freaking Disney, but they're the morality police, right? They sold their souls to the Saudis. Oh, okay.
I like the Shannon Sharp pick.
That
I
is a
think that's a
good
good pick.
one.
'84.
But I'm gonna go with Jason Witten.
Whoa. Right.
Consistency, that's why I'm going with him. I think consistency, like that's the guy you want to have. He does it all. He blocks, he catches, and he has a lot of yards.
Never won a Super Bowl.
That's, I mean, that's the fucking LeBron Jordan argument, right? Like, if you don't win a championship, you can't be the GOAT.
Dude, you already know my answer. There's no hesitation. The Holy Roller, the Ghost of the Post, Super Bowl 11 winner, caught touchdowns. It's Dave Casper, dude. I don't care. I don't care if he got hurt. I don't care.
You know, Wes, nobody that's listening to our podcast will even know who Dave Casper is.
Well, you
But
too.
they need this is the perfect thing, so now they can go
You
and
too.
watch highlights.
That's why they need our
The Holy
podcast.
Roller.
They
They didn't
need
know the
our
Holy Roller
podcast
is.
so they can hear about Dave Casper. That's why they need our podcast.
Ghost, man.
Well, here's the thing, Wes. Is Casper that much better than Todd Christensen?
Oof. Yeah, he is.
It's the moments. Of course, Todd Christian's, well, actually, no. Dave Casper's more talented. He could just do, it's like he could do three different things. He could block, he could catch the ball, but he could go deep on you and act like a receiver. And like he would catch the ball in the open field and nobody could tackle him. It was hard for him to tackle. He's agile too.
Wes, you're literally saying like things that, the old sayings that we had in the 80s and 90s that Gen Z doesn't get. So when you start saying things like Dave Casper, they're like, I don't even know what you mean.
It's good because then people will look it up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like Travis Kelce. Everybody knows Travis Kelce. They don't know Dave Casper.
They thought we were weird for drinking out of a hose.
So no one's gonna say the one that everyone talks about in Gronk.
I don't. That's an interesting. Okay, let's talk about Gronk for a
Because
second.
Gronk blocks
Yeah,
and he catches passes and he can go deep.
and he breaks a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
I like Gronk, but he didn't play a lot of years. Like he had a short career comparatively, but he was a beast. But also now you can put Jimmy Graham in that conversation if you're going to do that, right?
Well, Jimmy Graham didn't block at all.
But he caught so many touchdowns.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He tried to get himself to be categorized as a receiver, though.
Right. But when you can set him out at wide receiver, right? You push Jimmy Graham out. Is there
Hmm.
a better tight end to go play a wideout than Jimmy Graham?
Brock Bowers.
Okay, Raiders fan.
Hey. Also, Gronk in almost 30 less games had three more touchdowns than Jimmy Graham
Right.
and about 2,000 more yards receiving.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good about Gronk. I'm not gonna lie. Is he the best though? Are you really gonna put him at the top?
He like I said, he's kind of a one-trick pony. Of course, he's going to dominate over the middle. His catch radius, he's going to catch over the top of you. He's not beating anybody deep.
You know what he can't do? He can't tackle. You remember that
Yes.
Miami game where they did
Hail Mary, and they put him
the
back
Hail
there.
Mary and the lateral, and Gronk tried to tackle him and tripped.
Yeah,
Um, no, I like that. I mean, no, Gronk's good. Would he
but
be better than Aaron Hernandez if he didn't kill people?
Well, Aaron Hernandez,
I will not watch that show, dude.
no,
It's
it was
on
pretty
TV.
bad.
I'm like, dude, I will let you guys watch it and you give me the review, dude. I can't watch that stuff.
No, I watched like the first half of the
It's
first episode. I
so
was like, no, I can't watch this. I'm a Florida guy. I can't watch that. Um, but Aaron Hernandez was a receiver. He wasn't a blocking,
Right.
and he was good at receiving.
It was great. He was
Darren Waller would have been the best if he stayed healthy. Darren Waller.
Darren Waller could have been a
Yeah.
great tight end.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It
I think
wasn't
Darren
fair.
Waller had a super high ceiling.
Well, if we're talking staying healthy, what about Vernon Davis?
Yeah. Oh, Vernon Davis. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Because what was he running like a 4.4?
What?
Vernon Davis was like the fastest tight end ever.
I know that. It's wild.
So that brings us right into fantasy football, right?
He had a
So we did
4.38.
4.3, dude. 4.38
What?
is a tight end.
Yes.
Come on,
That's insane.
that is insane. So we were talking about we talked a little bit about tight ends last week, but let's do tight ends. We're talking about defense. We're going to talk about kickers, right? So this is we had quarterbacks, we had running backs, wide receivers. We're going to finish up how you going to pick your fantasy football teams. How early do you take? Let's just start with kickers and defense. Does it even matter how early you go?
No,
No.
no, no way.
Now, I don't really, I mean,
Even if you can get the top defense, the top kicker, like do you want to like jump ahead a little bit just to get those ones though? Like the top ones?
gosh, if I'm taking like kicker doesn't matter. So what are they? So let's say they say Denver is the best fantasy defense, but I don't even know.
Well, ESPN's got the Texans at number one,
Oh, really?
Steelers at number two, Denver at number three, Vikings number four, Seattle at five. Does it behoove people to jump ahead to get a defense? Because let's say you wait, right? And maybe you get the Jets at 12.
Well, that's the thing is, so they have the Denver Broncos on this one I'm looking at as the number one defense, and they're the 156th ranked.
Right.
So if it's a 12-team league, that's the 13th round.
So there's no reason to go up for defense.
No. But if you want to, I could see maybe the 10th round if you really want a defense. The 10th would be the earliest I would do a defense.
So 10th round, yeah, I see that, right? Because by the time you're in 10th round, it doesn't matter what you're picking.
Yeah,
And you might want to steal that one defense that'll get a lot of points.
right.
Oh, and yeah, I do see that. It's interesting that they have Texans rated higher, but the Broncos had 166 points and Texans had 139 last year.
Yeah. Yeah, the one I'm looking at doesn't even this Texans at the sixth. So weird.
So what about kickers?
La- Last round or second to last round.
You get a lot of points from kickers, though.
Yeah, but I mean, look at like if you're I'm looking at the rankings I got here, the 12th ranked kicker is Elliott from the Eagles. He's going to get you points.
Right.
I mean, they have Carlson at 18.
So there's no reason to take defense or kickers outside of round 10. Is that what we're saying?
Well, kicker doesn't even matter. I swear you can get. I mean, you'll have those ones where they'll have those crazy games. But then they won't have I saw that last year where it was like one of the kickers got like 30 points and you're like,
Right.
what in the world? And they won a game because of that. But that's not every week.
So here's an interesting question for you. Is it is it good for you to swap out kickers and defense week over week based on who they're playing?
Yeah, I could see that. Like, let's say you have Pittsburgh's defense, but you're playing the Bengals. I mean, you don't want to risk that, do you?
Right.
So, I always like to keep one defense, sometimes two. Kickers are interchangeable. I don't really care. I mean, if I have a kicker that's doing really well and then they're on a bye week, then yes, I'll get rid of someone else to get another kicker. But kickers are really interchangeable, really.
So one of the biggest questions I have, which I did last year just as a test, was I was looking for defenses in particular, not kickers, but defenses that were available that were playing like bad teams
Right.
and then trying to switch those out. Is that a good strategy for
Well,
people?
how did it work for you?
I mean, it worked okay some weeks, and some weeks it didn't. So,
Honestly, for me, as long as the defense gets 10 points, that's all I
right,
care about.
right.
I just want them to break even. Like the ones when you get like a defense and they get negative points, yeah, that's when you like. That's why you don't want them to play against like the Bengals or a high-powered offense that just is going to score points.
Well, in a 12-team league, you're going to have, another 30 or 20 defenses available to you, right?
Right,
So, what you want to do is you want to find the defense that might be playing the worst offense.
right.
And
Whoever's
then,
playing the Saints
yeah, you might
or the
just switch them out
Jets
every week,
or
right?
the Browns,
So, there is no reason to draft defense.
it's all
If you,
matchup.
yeah, it's because it's matchup, right? That's interesting. So once we're done with quarterback, we're done with running back, we're done with wide receiver, we're done with tight end. It doesn't even really matter. You don't have to draft defense. You don't have to draft a kicker at all.
No.
All right. Well, that's our recommendation. from HSC
Well, and
Podcast.
then
Like, don't don't worry about your kicker or your defense.
for me, I know we didn't really talk, but for like tight end, really there's only three tight ends to draft in the first and like the second or
Right.
third round.
Yeah, let's go back tight end for a second. So what are your three tight ends?
Bowers, Kittle, McBride.
Oh, that's interesting. So Travis Kelsey's not a tight end anymore.
He, yeah, look, I have him in my dynasty league, and before he was a superstar, it was awesome. The last few years, not so much. So it's been like 2 years since he's been a prime tight end. Now he turns it on in the playoffs, but during the regular season, the last 2 years, he's not been that great.
What about the Isaiah Likely Mark Andrews situation?
Yeah, it's weird. They still have Andrews as the fifth best tight end,
Right.
but
But would you rather draft Likely later?
yeah. Well, I'm looking at it. So the 12th tight end is Kincaid from Buffalo.
I like Kincaid. I think Kincaid's gonna have a good year.
And you know what's the funny one? And everyone talks about it, and it's the joke of it. The 14th ranked tight end is Pitts.
Did you see what Penix said about Pitts though?
Aren't they like fishing buddies?
Yeah, like Penix said he's gonna throw to Pitts no matter what. So I think you might get a steal out of Pitts here. Wes, what do you think, dude? What's your top five tight ends? Give us your top five tight ends, Wes.
This, you're asking someone that doesn't really like tight ends. I mean, of course, it's Brock Bowers, McBride, Laporta. Mm, I'm gonna go with Kincaid too, and I'll go with Pitts.
Really? So no Kittle?
I'm just worried he'll get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Wes, are you going to draft Bowers in the first round so I can't get him this year?
No, dude, I'll let you drop Bowers.
No, I'm not. You would have had Bowers last year if Steve didn't take McBride. I was going to take McBride, but Steve took him.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the top five, Wes. Give me your top five.
Bowers, McBride, Porta,
Oh, Laporta.
Kincaid, and
Pitts.
Okay. So you just left out Andrews, Kittle, and Travis Kelsey.
Well, I
yeah,
mean, I understand. Kittle gets hurt a lot. Kelsey's not been as productive lately.
Kelsey's too worried about doing his documentary, The Kingdom, on how they lost the Super Bowl, and we should all feel sorry for them because they've had such a hard go of it. I feel so bad.
Well, one that's going to benefit from a suspension is you're going to Hawkinson
Yeah,
because Addison's suspended for 3 games.
Yeah. And you have a young quarterback who they tend to check down a lot, right?
Like a
So
bunch of wide
McCarthy's,
receiver screens, kind of a
well, I mean, young quarterbacks tend to look to
yeah.
tight ends. And Hawkins is a good tight end, so you might see a lot of throws to Hawkinson. What about some of the young tight ends like just saw the Indianapolis guy.
Warren.
Yeah, Warren.
See, he's in the top 12. I would take him, but I would get my running backs, receiver, and quarterback first.
Yeah, I mean, fully. I'm not taking him above running
So if
backs
you
or receiver,
but if
especially
you
if you
don't
don't know about quarterback play.
if you don't have a tight end and you're late in the draft, is Warren a guy you're going to take, or maybe like Loveland?
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, Steve. So is Loveland taken over for Komet?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because on this ranking, it has Loveland at 15 and Komet at 30.
Right. Well, I've lost all confidence in Caleb Williams, just to be honest. After watching,
Why?
dude, have you seen some of their camp?
Dude, when he's trying to hit the net.
Dude, he's like throwing it off his back foot. He's tossing. Dude, he threw 5 interceptions. I was like, dude, what is going on?
No, there's a woman today. I couldn't believe this on ESPN. She's like, he's at a good camp. I go, are you high? Like,
You must be.
you have to be super, super.
He had a worse camp this year than he did as his rookie year. It's insane.
Hey, and Ben Johnson, we trust, right?
I mean, I hope so.
Dude,
I
the
hope
less
so.
the less they talk is the better because every time they both talk, the quotes are horrendous. It's like, don't say anything. How about we just wait till the first game of the
Right.
season, and then you can talk after the game. But talking before is probably doing harm to Caleb.
But to answer the question, yes, I would take Loveland over Komet at this point. So how early do you really need to go with tight end? Because to be honest, you could have took tight end pretty early in previous years and got good points, right?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think Bowers, Kittle, McBride are going to be gone late second, early third.
Yeah.
And then it's like, do you want to do that? Because then you get a top tier tight end, but you lose out on, like, is the points going to be that much different from taking a top tier running back?
Or a receiver, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that's gonna be, to be honest. In this draft right now, I think you're better off waiting on tight end. I think you might as well just wait. Do you get both your running backs, it, two running backs, two wide receivers, maybe a quarterback before you even go tight end? You
Well,
might
here's
not go
my
tight end till sixth round.
okay, so here's my thing. Last year, numbers wise, Brock Bowers was right with Malik Neighbors and Brian
Right.
Thomas, right?
So you got one shot at it?
Well, I'm just saying, Neighbors and Thomas might go in the first round,
Yeah. So
but
when
you're
you okay, so if you're to take Brock Bowers, when you draft him?
I can't say that. Wes is going to know then. I would
Wes is
say
gonna
if
steal
I
him.
took him, you'd have to take him in the third round.
Yeah.
You're not going to get him in like the fifth or sixth round. There's no way. It's like this every year. You got like, when Travis Kelce was at his peak, he'd go in the first round.
That's what I meant. That's what I was trying to talk about. It's like there was times I saw Travis Kelce go at 7 or 8
Yeah.
in the first round.
Because he was putting up numbers as
Right.
a tight end, as like the receiver numbers. So that was like, okay, either I take him there, because then it would be he's getting 25, and then I could have had a tight end who gets me. The problem with tight end is they are so sporadic unless you're in the top part.
Yeah, you got to be in the top two.
And that's all they say is like McBride and Bowers are, and even Kittle, I would say, are pretty much wide receiver ones for their
Yeah.
team.
The advantage to McBride is he gets so many catches, and catches in a PPR leagues, which everybody's doing now, right? McBride will get 8 to 10 catches a game. That's a lot of points. But Bowers is definitely going to go for 1,100, 1,200 yards. I
Right.
can see that because you only have Jacoby Myers. That's the only receiver you have.
Yeah, what was
That's a pretty tough. I think tight ends are as low as you've seen them in fantasy football drafts as ever.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think a lot of people are scared because look at what happened to Laporta.
Right.
He had that crazy rookie year, and then he kind of was like,
Well, and look at all the people that drafted Travis Kelce.
yeah. Or Kittle.
Right. And Kittle. You know, Kittle's the top rated tight end in Madden.
Yeah. But isn't Kelsey still high?
Yeah, he's still high, but Kittle's a 98 overall.
Yeah.
So wrapping up fantasy football drafts, there's no reason to take defense kicker higher than 10, right? 10th round. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
And then tight end wise, I mean, you might as well just wait. Unless you're taking the top tight end, unless you're taking Bowers or McBride, you might as well just wait later in the draft to take a tight
Right.
end.
You shouldn't be taking like Mark Andrew. Okay, it's like, oh my gosh, someone took Bauer, someone took Kittle, someone took McBride. Don't take Mark Andrews in the third round.
Yeah, just wait. So overall draft, let's each give our draft. What's our strategy? Give your draft strategy to the listeners. I'll go first. I'm a little different. I think first round, depending on your pick, you should go for superstar wide receiver. And then I would go two running backs. And at that point, once I get my superstar wide receiver, my two running backs, now it's just best available at that point. So that's how I start my draft.
About the same for me. The only thing I'd say is after the running backs, I'm taking the best available quarterback.
Best available quarterback, like Josh Allen.
If you look at the numbers, like he scored more points than any other quarter, more than
Right.
Lamar Jackson. So if Josh Allen's available, yeah.
Or you can get Lamar, you can get
Yeah.
Burrow, like you can get either any of those three, right?
Yeah.
I'm like Steve, but it just depends on where you draft. I favor though if you can get two superstar running backs first. I like that because the pool lowers after you get the bell cow running backs because then there's a bunch of committees where you can still get really good receivers in the third and fourth rounds.
Right. So if you have the higher pick where you're getting like a Saquon and then maybe a Derrick Henry, if you're lucky, then you go receiver.
Right. Or like, yeah, well, Saquon or Josh Jacobs even because
Right.
he's going to be the bell cow.
Well, that's a wrap on our fantasy football draft. So we'll throw those up for people to listen to. We got multiple videos of the previous. We did quarterbacks, we did running backs, we did wide receivers. Wrapped them up there. And just to wrap this up, let's wrap up the NFL here for a second. Brooklyn asked me this question, and so I want to hear what you guys have to say. Who's the best player ever to play in the NFL at any position?
I remember asking.
She just asked me this, and it was
Uh,
a tough question to answer.
because we sat there and we couldn't figure it out.
It's
Who's
Jerry
the
Rice.
Ooh, Jerry
Ooh.
Rice. Derek had no question. He's like, boom,
Jerry
Jerry Rice.
Rice.
Yeah. Derek's
At
probably
any position, all positions ever in the history of the NFL,
Derek
you're like
Rice.
Jerry Rice, done.
Derek's right. That's stupid. What are we thinking? No, we were in the car, remember? And we're mulling over it. You said Peyton, then I was like,
Well,
Taylor.
first
I
she
was
said,
like,
well,
no.
then she said like if you have a bias, right? And of course my bias is gonna be Walter Payton.
Yeah.
But without bias, who is it?
Dude, he's right. It's got to be Rice. Think about the longevity, the numbers.
He was so good for so long too.
You
And we
know,
looked at it like his records will never
I
even be
know.
touched.
But you know who was a player that I keep thinking about is Reggie White.
Wow.
Yeah, does he? I mean, look at that, dude. He was a beast. And sacks and domination on the defensive side, it's a lot harder to dominate on defense than it is on offense.
But that's the thing is there's no one comparable to Jerry Rice. Reggie White, you could say Lawrence Taylor, right? I mean, and if we're like talking pure disruptiveness, you even could say like Derek Thomas or Bruce Smith.
Derek Thomas, yeah, Derek Thomas, beast.
Derek Thomas was amazing.
Just underrated.
Probably the most underrated defensive player ever is Derek Thomas.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I get people will do the
But what would Sterling Sharp have been about if he
yeah,
played
but we
20
remember we
years?
went over that. He didn't have the numbers. He was still wouldn't have had the numbers of Jerry
Right.
Rice.
He'd been close. Over 7 years, he had pretty good numbers.
Yeah, he still didn't have Jerry Rice numbers though.
I mean, it is hard to have Jerry Rice numbers. What about Tom Brady? So you're going to take Jerry Rice over Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
So,
that that's such
well, how
that's
many championships did Jerry Rice win?
uh free.
Three, right? So is this not the LeBron Jordan argument? Is stats better than championships?
Well, we want to talk what Jerry Rice did in the big games. I mean,
I'm just saying stats to championships. Tom
but
Brady won
here's the thing.
seven
I
Super
mean,
Bowls.
Jerry Rice in every Super Bowl was the best player on the field. Tom Brady, his early Super Bowls, was not the best player on the field. He got carried by his defense early. And if we want to talk, if we could change one play, how many plays can we change and have then Tom Brady's record would not be the same? Marshawn Lynch,
Yeah, that's a big one.
a tuck rule, not giving the ball to Devontae Freeman. I mean, Tom Brady's great, but what if like basically it's because of the winning the Super Bowl, right? If Joe Montana doesn't get hurt, does he win that many too?
Maybe.
he probably would have won 5,
Right.
6.
Not 7.
No, but remember that was a different era.
Yeah.
I mean, the last one, the 7th one. I mean, look, how many quarterbacks would play in their 40s in the 1980s, in the early 90s? They would get
No
killed.
way. Right.
Well, let's
They
look
get
at
killed.
this. We've seen it how many times when Joe Montana gets blindsided against the Giants, right? Gets
Dude,
killed.
I will never forget it. It was
And
ruthless.
Oh, that
Yeah.
Giants game, dude. He just got
Yeah.
murdered.
Yes.
and then Tom Brady gets hurt, misses a season. They change rules so he doesn't get hurt anymore. They didn't change any rules for Joe Montana getting hurt.
Dude, he like disappeared in the turf. That blind side. I mean, nowadays, that would have been a penalty. That would have been a suspension. He didn't even get penalized for it.
That's one of the most brutal hits you'll ever see on a quarterback.
And Joe Montana's like our size. Like, dude, he wasn't a big guy. Just kill.
Well, then if you go back though, let's talk about guys like Gale Sayers.
Well, but see, okay, we're talking like pre-night. We're talking about pre-Super Bowl here.
Right.
Yeah, because that's a whole different argument. Because there's probably a lot of players that
Red Grange.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Red Grange, Jim Thorpe.
Oh, Thorpe, come
Jim
on.
Thorpe. It's a wrap. It's Jim Thorpe. But
It has to be.
It's
It has to be Jim Thorpe.
But okay, let's see some video on Jim Thorpe. We don't have anything.
Well, that's the thing is if we want to talk collective careers, though,
Yeah.
we're not talking most talent. We're talking greatest ever. Jerry Rice put it up for what, like 20? I mean, so did Brady.
Yeah.
But Jerry Rice did it at a position where he had to run. He had to be fast. Where Tom Brady put in a position where he had to drop back 3 yards and stand there and not get touched. Because if they touched him, it was a penalty.
Well, I don't disagree with the Jerry Rice. I'm just trying to say, what are the other options?
Right. There is nothing. It is Jerry Rice.
He's like, there is none.
Tell Brooklyn it's Jerry Rice.
I mean, but even like Lawrence Taylor, for example, right? He may not have the championships. He may not have of Brady. He may not have the stats of Jerry Rice, but physically and watching him play the game, is there anybody you would want to go against like Lawrence Taylor
Here's the thing. After
or
1985,
Randy Moss?
no, but here's the thing. That's why it's hard. I would say Taylor is up there just because after 1985, every team that they played, our one goal is to stop Lawrence Taylor.
Right.
And so he didn't have the impact that he did like post 85 versus pre 85. Like after that, they're like, okay, we're going to do everything to stop this dude. It's just like, that's why you can't compare Deion Sanders to any of it either. It's like, okay, we're not going to throw
Because they didn't throw the ball
field.
at him. Right.
Yeah. It's like the same thing.
Well, like even Revis is a good example, right? How often they throw the ball to Revis Island? Never.
They did. Yeah.
You
All I
don't
have
have to
to
throw
s-
the ball at him.
I have to say,
Julius Peppers is a great example, right? How many guys have that many sacks, interceptions, can play basketball? Like when you start talking about like
we're not talking most athletic. We're talking greatest ever.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying
And I'm
there's a
talking,
lot of
like,
things that go into these, right?
All-time career receptions records, career receiving yards in the playoffs, games with 100 plus receiving yards, career receiving touchdowns in the playoff, career total touchdowns in the playoffs, career all-purpose yards, in the playoffs, and most career Super Bowl receptions.
Yeah.
That's
How
all his
many
records.
how many touchdown passes did he throw? 0.
Yeah, but he still had 197 receiving touchdowns.
I mean, I'm not saying Jerry Rice isn't the number one. I'm just saying there's a lot of other options.
No, there's not. That's the problem. There isn't any other options. I mean,
Just everybody watch Super Bowl 24. You'll see what this will talk about. It's insane. When Atwater, he's like, remember when it was the first touchdown and Jerry Rice caught the ball and Atwater was like, dude, I got him. I'm going to tee him up. And he hit him with everything he had. And Rice bounced off of him to score the touchdown.
Right.
And Rice is always like the lanky. He just looks kind of like a lanky. He's not a big dude. He's not T.O. I was like, oh, he's dead. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a good argument.
he has 25 records in the NFL. He holds 25 records.
That is ridiculous. That's pretty stupid.
I hold a record. I was the only guy to take my skate off and try to stab somebody.
Okay, they're happy.
Yeah, no, Jerry Rice he's there. He's probably the best.
Just tell
Yeah.
Brooklyn, Jerry Rice.
How many fumble recovery touchdowns does Tom Brady have? Because Jerry Rice has one.
He probably fumbled his own pass and recovered it.
The best stories about Rice is when Steve Young took over, and how uncomfortable Steve Young was throwing Jerry Rice the football because Jerry Rice is like, you're not throwing it right.
Right.
Like it was like had to be perfect. Like,
but you're also coming from
stories
Joe Montana, dude.
yeah, it's like you're left-handed. The ball's
Right.
coming out wrong. It's like, what do you want me to do? I'm left-handed. You
It
know?
looks weird, dude.
Yeah.
Every time I watch Steve Young throw the ball, it looks weird.
Yeah. But think about it. To me, the Snake's number one who threw the best left-handed
Right.
pass.
Yeah, stay away.
And Steve Young has to be second. You know, we don't have too many options here.
Brunell.
Brunel wasn't bad, but I would say Vic was better.
Oh, Vic, dude.
Vic was
Nobody, look, there's nobody could launch a ball like Michael Vick.
Well, he threw it the farthest. That one throw, he threw like a 7-yard touchdown.
Dude, he launched a ball like nobody ever. I mean, maybe Elway?
No, he wasn't left-handed.
No, I'm just saying as who could throw the ball that far.
Oh, yeah, Elway.
Jamarcus Russell.
From his
I
knees.
could throw the ball from my knees, dude. Oh, God.
Yet he couldn't
Anthony
watch,
Richardson?
playbooks.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Richardson. Okay, let's bring that one up.
Well, these days it changes, right? Because the guys throw the ball really far these days.
But I mean, wasn't Elway? It's at Stanford throwing. Didn't he throw it off like his back foot, like 70 yards?
This was in a high school.
Yeah, it's high school.
Remember
at 80 yards. 80 yards.
Before they were stars, right? Remember that? They had Brett Favre, they had Marino, they had their high school tape. Elway down by a touchdown or 4 points. Rolls, he's at his 20, rolls back to his 10.
Right.
Throws it to the other 10.
Yeah.
His receiver's standing there. The DB's like, you can't throw it that far. He threw it 80 yards all air. In high school.
In high school, I remember that play, and I've seen that video multiple times. He literally threw the ball in high school 80 yards.
Yeah.
And I have to say, nowadays, he is probably one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks.
He's not even
like
top
people
5.
like, oh, he's not very good. He was, it was all Terrell Davis and
except the first 13 years when it was all him.
Right.
It had nothing. It was him running around, killing the Raiders. It's always the Raiders.
He's like a good version of Bernie Kosar.
Dude, I
Because
was
you
just
remember
watching
how
the
much
U.
Bernie, remember
Dude.
the Browns?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Dude, I was
Ernest
just
Miner.
watching the U. Dude, Bernie is just burnt. That dude's like, I don't know what happened to him, dude.
But it's still, he took the Browns, to
The Brett.
the AFC Championship many times. But Elway's a little better version of Bernie. So,
But I mean, here's the thing: Bernie wasn't the best Browns quarterback. It was Sipe.
It is Sipe. No one remembers Sipe.
You gotta like Bernie Kosar. Come on.
I know, but Sipe was the man.
Yeah.
He
Brian Sipe.
That's an interesting when you think about it. You think about these old quarterbacks in the 80s. How different was it playing quarterback back then?
Well, we talked about it. They get you sent that list of the who's the best quarterback from each team, right?
Right.
And I made the argument because they put Burrow for the Bengals, and I'm like, Boomer
Right,
Esiason
boomer.
was an
Kenny Anderson. What are
MVP.
you talking about, dude?
Huh?
Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, Ken Anderson too, but
Dude,
wasn't
you
Boomer an MVP?
just took him to a Super Bowl, lost, but
Well,
Yeah, but he was.
here there's the Phil Simms argument, right? Everybody loved Phil Simms, or Phil Simms is a great quarterback, but then Eli comes in, wins 2 Super Bowls.
yeah.
So now who's the best Giants quarterback ever?
Well, the bar.
Frank Gifford.
You might as well just said Jeff Hosteller.
Oh, your buddy Jeff.
I
Uh,
I'm so sick of the old they were showing like odds of and like Eli has better odds than Reggie Wayne of getting into the Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me?
What?
dude,
Yes.
there's no doubt Eli gets into the Hall of Fame. Come
Well,
on.
he's going to. It's a matter of when.
He
Dude,
won
when
two
you
Super
let him in.
Bowls against Tom Brady.
So, but Jim Plunkett's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's dude.
Did he beat Tom Brady twice?
Dude.
Nobody beat the Eagles and the Redskins.
You know who beat Tom Brady twice? The Giants defense.
Yeah. You know who else beat Tom Brady once? Nick Foles.
Nick Foles. You don't think he's not a Hall of Famer?
No.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Let's jump we'll jump into movie reviews because this conversation will go on for a long time with football stuff. So good stuff. Listen to that. We'll go back, check out our previous podcast if you want to hear about fantasy football drafts. We did quarterbacks, we did running backs, wide receivers, wrapped you up with how to draft your fantasy football team. So check them out.